I've been forecasting this for a while now, and it all comes down to tipping. In America, leaving a tip has become one of the most harmful customs. Someone has been viciously attacked and stabbed 14 times, leaving a $2 tip.
New details this morning. We're learning about a stabbing involving this delivery driver who delivers pizza. You can see her. She's cuffed here and being put into a cruiser. Osceola County deputies say Brianna Alvelo stabbed a woman 14 times because she wasn't happy with her tip.
It doesn't even surprise me. This kind of thing has to happen eventually. Let's first discuss tipping in America before delving into this horrific event. By definition, tipping is a social tradition in which a consumer provides a service provider additional money on top of the service's base rate. Accordingly, tipping is supposed to be a bonus, a small sum of money given when someone feels giving or thinks the service was exceptional. The important thing to remember is that tipping shouldn't be required. It's a decision. That doesn't appear to be the case in America today, though.
Aw, what a cute Shiba. Can I pet him?
Boy.
Oh, thanks. Bye.
Tipping became required in America at some point and ceased to be a kind gesture. It is now more important to prevent guilt than to recognize excellent service. Tipping is sometimes even used to cover an employee's whole salary. There are several instances where, after paying for my meal at restaurants like Subway or ice cream shops, a little tip screen appears asking whether I would want to leave a 15% to 25% tip. I'm forced to click no tip awkwardly because why in the world would I be tipping? Why, particularly in a fast food restaurant, would I tip someone for performing their job? There is no way to improve the flavor of a Big Mac. Additionally, these tip requests frequently appear prior to the dish being prepared. In addition to tipping without cause, I risk having my tip refunded if they make a mistake with my order. The Miles Morales Spider-Man man once had a total breakdown over a tip, or rather, the lack of one.
It's out there in the rain! And no tip! No tip!
That man was definitely tweaking, but fortunately for him, he's now very well known thanks to his partnership with Kai Cenat. A pregnant lady was stabbed 14 times by 22-year-old pizza driver Brianna Alvelo in exchange for a $2 tip. The victim was apparently celebrating her boyfriend's birthday in a hotel, according to the police report, and pizza is obviously necessary for festivities. The victim paid for the pizza after Brianna brought it and added a $2 tip to the $33 she had already paid for the pizzas. Additionally, keep in mind that it's a tip. She gave it even though she wasn't required to. After delivering the pizzas, Brianna departed the motel, but she returned later with an accomplice, disguised themselves in all black, and pushed their way inside. After pointing a pistol at the victim's partner, Brianna's accomplice dragged him into the restroom. I get your thought. They can't possibly be doing this for more than a $2 tip. However, they are. In front of the victim and her 5-year-old daughter, Brianna produced a pocket knife and started robbing them, ultimately stabbing the victim 14 times as her accomplice was dragging the victim's boyfriend into the toilet at gunpoint. It's a horrible experience, particularly if a youngster is around. It's likely that the victim was more worried about her child's safety than about herself. Let's view this video together.
Okay. No worries. Thank you. No worries. Can I? Yeah. Thank you so much. It's like super awkward, but I just looked in my wallet. I tipped the wrong amount.
Oh.
Can I get that back? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
That's totally my bad.
There you go.
Thank you so much.
You're good.
Here, I'll give you the right amount.
I can't take that.
Why?
That's too much.
No, for you.
No, it's okay.
I promise.
Wait, really?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my god.
I just felt bad because I knew this wasn't enough.
Imagine now that Brianna stands in front of him and that the man retracts all of the advice he provided her, pausing for a single, fleeting minute to make it appear more credible. Furthermore, it is not difficult for us to predict the result. Brianna and her accomplice left the scene after the victim was stabbed. Surprisingly, though, they were caught because they were really foolish. Although they arrived to the crime site in Brianna's red vehicle, wearing masks and all black, they had at least partially planned their arrival, and the license plate was captured by the surveillance camera. If you're not even going to make sure that your automobile is visible from a security camera, what's the point of committing such a horrific crime? Following her capture, Brianna was accused with kidnapping, aggravated assault, attempted murder, and house invasion with a handgun. And keep in mind that all of this was over a gratuity, which isn't even required. I can't help but chuckle when I hear the accusations made against Brianna since she genuinely destroyed her life without cause. I simply cannot understand the reasoning behind these acts. Fortunately, the woman survived despite having stab wounds to her belly, arms, legs, and chest. You don't hear of someone who has been stabbed over 10 times and survived very often. Hopefully, everything works out for her because she also found out she was pregnant while receiving treatment at the hospital. Because many individuals feel entitled to gratuities for whatever reason, this circumstance truly brings the issue of tipping culture to light. They consider them as money they've earned only for performing their duties, not as extra cash. Now, I am aware that there are some situations, such as working in a restaurant where waiters essentially get all of their money from tips, but that is a whole other topic for another movie. Before I wrap off this film, though, I wanted to provide one more bizarre example of this poisonous tipping culture.
Hello.
Ignore it. You keep that.
Why?
Because I didn't see a tip on the app and I put a little card in there. So please keep that. I'm sorry.
No, I just had cash. Please take
It's
it.
okay. It's okay because it's okay. Thank you.
Have a good night.
For those who are unclear, the woman who delivered the food, the DoorDasher, was unaware that the client had left a tip via the app. It sounds strange to me that DoorDash has it up so delivery drivers can check if the consumer left a tip before the meal is even delivered. What if I tip the driver before the meal is served and they are late? That leads me to conclude that this isn't the same method I'm considering. That tip is a waste. In any case, the delivery driver chose to compose a nasty letter and place it inside the food bag she was delivering after failing to notice a tip from the client via the app. However, nothing is ever as it seems, as we are all aware. The customer did in fact give a gratuity, but it was only in cash. It wasn't shown on the DoorDash app since it was in cash. The DoorDasher realized she had made a mistake when the customer attempted to give her the tip money. We can only presume that the letter inside the bag is quite awful, but I'll let you guys decide for yourself why the DoorDasher refused the tip. The note is as follows. The consumer should thus be grateful that the food they have already paid for was not tampered with by an untipped employee. I don't trust that the food wasn't tampered with. Therefore, I'm not eating it now. Threats have led me to report your account and ban you. That's perhaps the simplest ban I've ever seen. The worst thing? She was literally tipped by the customer. She would have delivered the meal normally and been tipped in cash if she had simply been patient and not gone utterly insane. We have to keep in mind that tipping is a common practice in America. And if we are worthy and the person we are interacting with is truly nice, they will appreciate our efforts. Nonetheless, it is a great gesture if a client tips us even after we disappoint them, delay their delivery, or fall short of their expectations. I believe that when someone is so kind, we shouldn't strive to hurt them. We also need to realize that, just as not everyone is nice, not everyone is bad. However, that's all I got for today's video. In case you didn't learn anything, keep in mind that tips are optional. You have no right to a gratuity. Please remember to press the like and subscribe buttons if you liked the video. In the next one, I'll see you.